Hello, so in this video we'll be working on the share button. The share button, that's when you go to a post which is not yours, like this. You have the option to share and like, so we're working on this share button. So let's proceed. So this is it here. So to have an, here we click event. Trigger a method called share posts, and to take various arguments. First one will be user post id dot title. Take the user post dot as the poster's name and his ID. Alright, so these are the arguments that you take: the post ID, the post title, the poster's name, and the poster's ID. So that's it. So let me make it so that you'll be able to see it very well. So these are all the arguments. So let's create our method, share post. And to be axios.post. Good. You have to pass a payload. And the payload will be ID Okay, so before we go on, let's create a model, migration, and controller for the shares. Alright, so let's do that here. PHP. So make the controller first. Share controller. And okay, let's create the model and the migration. Okay, let's edit the migration file. We need to add some new fields. No, not follow share. Okay, this is it. We need 6 more fields. The first one will be user ID, that's the person who is sharing. Posts ID, that's the ID of the post. Okay, this one will be the ID of the person that posted it, the owner of the post. So we'll call it post user ID. Then this will be the second. Okay, this will be the post title. Here will be the name of the poster, and the last field will be the name of the person sharing it, which will be the logged in user. That's his name. So that's good. So let's migrate. Alright, so migrated. Let's check that. Let's check the database. Alright, so we migrated and these are the fields it's created for us. So that's cool. So let's continue. Okay, so the payload it will be expecting. The first one will be the post ID. Okay, the payload will be the post ID will be first we need to put in this arguments. Post ID, post title. We have 4. Then posters name and posters ID. So this one will be post ID and the last one, posters ID. So we're expecting this in the back end. So let's log the response out. We'll log the response out. First, let's create this share post in the web.php. Go to the share controller that we just created. So that's it. And in the share model, let's add something. It's protected guarded. So must assign all the fields. So the share controller, let's create share posts. Let's take so we need to import the share model. We also need to use this auth facade auth to get the logged in user. Alright, so let's go on. So how we do it will be say share will be equal to first field is the user ID, which will be the logged in user. Second field is the post ID, which will be from the front end. The third field is the person that owns the posts, the ID of the person that owns the posts, and that would be posters ID. Fourth field is the post title. Which will be hosted by which will be hoster's name, and the last field will be shared by, which will be the logged in user's name. Alright, so after that to return the response. Okay, let's test if this is working. So in the front end, when we click on share, it should give us a response. So let's test it. So I'll click on Barry's post. So when we click on share, we should have a response. Yes, so we have one. And let's check the database. Okay, so you can see. So that's good. So I would like us to check if this user has shared this post. If he has shared it, but the button will be changed to unshare. So this is how we'll do it. Say this is the check shared. Alright, so let's create this method check shared. To make an Axios call to the backend to check if this user has shared this post. And log out the response to see what it gets. Call it check shared. You go to the share controller at check shared. So let's create this method, the share controller. Alright, so to have the ID. Alright, so what we'll do will say share and count it. So in the first we check this one will be the post ID. Check if it's count it, then return your JSON. So that's good. So let's test it out. So we are logging out the response. Okay, let's test it and see what the response is. so Jerry will go to this post. I've shared this post. You can see the response is 1, which means I've shared it. And I don't know what's causing this error. I've checked everything and everything is set, but I'm still seeing this error here. I don't know. So if you guys know what the problem is, you can send me a message. So let's check a post that Jerry hasn't shared. Jerry hasn't shared this. So you can see the response is 0, which means he hasn't shared it. So let's go on. So what we'll do is, like we did with the likes, we'll say this dot create a variable and store the response. So let's create this variable. It's shared in the data. And over here we'll do a v if is shared is less than 1, which means, sorry, let me expand this. If is less than 1, which means he has shared the post. No, which means he hasn't shared it. It should show share, to show the share button, else it should show on share. And this method won't have so many arguments like this. To have only the post ID, because we'll just be deleting. Alright, and the button should be, let's call it danger. So I also want to do something. After you've shared the post, alright, okay, first let's create this method on share post. So let's see. If you share the post, the button should change to on share. So let's see if that's working. Okay, let's see if that works. If when you share, if you share the post, the button should change to, it should show you an on share button if you share the post. So Jerry has shared this post, so let's see it. You can see the button is on share for him, but he hasn't shared this one, so still share. So that's good. So let's go on. We'll work on. Okay, let's work on the on share post button. So this will make an Axios call to the backend too. Axios does get to be on share posts. You have the ID. So log out the response. So let's create on share post in web.php. And to look for a method called on share posts. On share posts. So to the share controller, create on share posts. And it's almost like this, but instead of count, we'll say first, then we'll delete. Alright, so this is the response we should be expecting. So alright, so let's see what the response will be. So Jerry has shared this post. So you can see he has shared it. So when we click on share, we should see the response. So you can see the response message on shared. So that's good. Let's check the database. Reload it and it's deleted. So that's good. Okay, so after we share the post, I would like to do that. And the reason I do this is so that the button will change by itself without reloading the page. Alright, so that's good. So let's test that out. So let's test to see if the button will change after we share the post. So Jerry will go to Kenny's post. Alright, so when I share it, so it has changed to on share. You can see that, and when I click on it again, it has changed to share. So that's good. It's working very well. Okay, so next I would like to show the users that you are following, as to display the users that a particular user is following. So this is how we do it. Say this dot get followed. We'll create that method now. Or get followers. Okay, sorry, it shouldn't be here. It should be in the profile page. We get the users that this part, the logged in user is following. So let's create the method. And we can Axios call to the backend. Get follows. To use the same ID. Let's see what the response is. Web.php. Let's create this. What did we call it? Get follow. And use the follow controller. A method called get follow. So let's go to the follow controller and create that method. So we called it get follow. Alright, so this is how we do it. It's almost like this one. Instead of count, we use get and return the response. So let's see what it's like in the front end. So we are logging out the response. So let's see what the response is like. Okay, let's see what the response is like. Okay, in the followers table we don't have any record there, so let's follow some user. Let Jerry follow Barry. Yes, followed Barry, and let him follow Kenny also. So let's check the database. So we have 2 records. Okay, so let's see what the response is. So I'm logged in as Jerry. I'll go to Barry's let me go to my profile. You can see we have a response. It's brought out. I think I'm following two people. Follower ID 2. You can following okay, I'm following two people, ID 4 and ID 3. So that's good. Okay, so I changed my mind. So we'll be displaying only the posts shared by users which you are following. So this is how we'll do it. We have to change the backend a bit. So in the follow control, after we get all users that you are following. Okay, let's go on. CFT create two arrays. And see for each call it FF as sorry for each rows as FF. Okay, so this is how we do it. See, we import this now. We're in. So that's it. Then instead of returning follow, return share. So that's how to do it. Okay, so we had some errors. First, we forgot to add this get over here. So I added that, and here follow. There was a typo here also. So I spelled it well. Then I added this share model. Use app share. So those are the three adjustments I made. So we are returning a response. So let's see what the response will be like. Okay, so Jerry is following. Let's check the database. Jerry's user ID 2 is following 4 and 3, which is Kenny and Barry. And from the shares table, you can see that Kenny has shared one post ID number 11. So Barry didn't share any post, only Kenny. So in the response, we should see when Jerry should click on his profile, you should see the post that Kenny shared. So let's do that. So let's see our response. Okay. So one post shared by Kenny, posted by Barry. So that's good. Means it's working. So after we get the response, we'll say this dots shared. We'll create that variable first. Response dot data. I think 0. So let's create shared variable in the data. so only the okay, let's go on. Only when you go to your profile will you be able to see a post shared by users which you are following. So to display those posts, we'll do them here because this is how I ordered it. So we'll look through shared. So let's do this. Then create an ordered list. Here we'll say we'll display the post title. No, we have to look through it first. V4 see shared. Let's call it SH. So display the post title. So this should be post underscore title. You say posted by shared by alright, so so only when you go to your profile that you'll be able to see this post shared by people you're following. Okay, I made a small mistake here. Here should be response.data instead of this. This shouldn't be there. So it should just be response.data. So let's see if that's working. So only when you go to your post that you'll be able to see this. So Jerry goes to his post. And you can see the post shared with him. Posted by Barry, shared by Kenny. So that's good. So if he goes to another user's post, he doesn't see that. Okay, so we are almost done. So I would like to make this name a link to the profile, user's profile, this also to the user's profile, and the name of the title of the post should be a link to the post. So let's do that. Alright, so to create those links, let's first arrange it so that we'll be able to understand. Alright, so we can get something from here. For the post, we'll use this. Remove the bootstrap class, and here will be sh dots. There will be post underscore id, and let's close the router link. So we'll do the same for here. Remove the bootstrap class. We'll change the name to this. Will go to the profile. And this should be post user ID. Should be SA dot. And here should be user underscore ID. Here's the router link. Okay, so this is it. Let me expand it so you'll be able to see it very well. I linked everything, the title of the post and the names. So let's see that in action. Wow. So when Jerry goes to his profile, you can see it has been linked, the title of the post, Barry, Kenny. So you can go to the post here. That's good. Okay, I noticed that when you click on the user's profile from here, it doesn't go. So there's a fix for that. Okay, so when you click on the user's profile from your profile, it does. Okay, I've fixed it. What I did was I added this line of code to the home.bleed.php. Add this line here in the router view. So that fixes it. So now when you go to your profile, you can link to another person's profile from there. Okay. Okay, so I want to demonstrate the sharing again. So this is user Kenny. I want Kenny to follow Jerry, and when he follows Jerry, we'll be able to see the post that Jerry shared. So let me follow Jerry. So he has followed Jerry. So I want Jerry to share a post now. So this is the user Jerry. So let Jerry share this post. So Jerry has shared it. So we'll go back to Kenny. So when Kenny goes to his profile, you should be able to see the post shared by Jerry. And see, this is the post just shared by Jerry, my latest post. Posted by Barry, shared by Jerry. Alright, so the sharing is working. And we are bringing out the shared posts. Posts shared by users that you are following. So that's good. So I would like Kenny to follow another user so that we'll see the post shared by that user. So let Kenny follow Harry. So Kenny has followed Harry. So let Harry share a post. So this is user Harry. So let Harry share any post. We'll let him know we've done this. Let him share it. Okay, Harry will share this post. So he has shared it. So when Kenny goes to his profile, he'll be able to see that post. So Kenny going to his profile. So you can see two posts has been shared with him. The first one shared by Jerry, the second one shared by Harry. So that's to show that the sharing is working well. So that's all with the mini blog. That's how to create a mini blog in Laravel and Vue.js. This is the last video, so if there are any other adjustments, maybe I'll create one more video and put them there. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, and there will be more videos in the future.